are you not on your freaking horse, man? This from Mythic Demon, he stacks aspects and succubus 1 reduces things on enemy. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Prepare yourself.
You're a good person. I like you. Why don't you just heal up? Roller Assault 3000. Source Unbreakable Defense. Unbreakable Defense. Later rest. Am I blind there or? I don't see unbreakable defense anywhere. Oh, here. Change fast in 20 whenever her response level of the internet should be restored full HP. This affected up to 3 times per day. Oh, okay. Hey, good on you, Arelu. Arelu, what do you think about a dragon storm, though? Oh. Oh, she just saved. Wait, how's my spell DC 30? There's no way, right? Wait, why is it only 30? Okay, never mind, I shouldn't have known that. Okay, we should do some dispelling of magic, I think. Quick end. Nice! Oh my god, look at Nenu go. How's Sorella looking right now? 61 AC, way more manageable. Alright, Regil, remember, you are a Jill, but you're not Regile, okay? Just remember that.
Retreat is not an option.
Okay, I don't know what happened there, but...
Desna, guide my hand.
Let's keep doing it. Dispel this bitch. Hails to the spell? What the hell is that? Nice. Well, I dispelled haste from her. That's pretty good, probably. Alright, Kiryu. Matade. $11 attacks. Am I allowed to... I've already done a bunch of swift actions. If I do another one, is that gonna mess me up? Well, I can't, it looks like. Okay. Damn. That was a lot of damage.
Please help me.
Why does she hate auto shells so much? Opa, Arelu, chill, man. Oh, she has nothing to do spell anymore. I guess this is just stuff she has that you can't do anything about. Alright, good to know. Do this fight on unfair? Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future.
Kneel before me.
That's a lot of misses. That feels like a crazy amount of misses.
Make your peace.
Alright, let's do a little bit of a one of these. Alright, carry you.
I never thought that I would be responsible for the creation of my most powerful enemy.
I see you, Suture. Show yourself.
I've been waiting for you to get distracted, so I can stab you in the back!
Renew Hubris and listen to me, we could be allies instead of enemies. Did I think? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I've uncovered your plan. The spells in this chamber are there designed to kill you if something goes wrong. You've been preparing for this outcome from the start, am I right? Stop, listen to me. You called me a failed experiment, but what if you're wrong? To kill her if something goes wrong. Die, witch!
How very perceptive. But you didn't think I would make it easy, did you? I won't let you win. You need me alive. You want to use me to close the wound, but I can destroy myself before you have a chance.
Arlo, this is madness, an act of evil, and it's absolutely pointless. You won't accomplish anything. Is this really how you wish to go? Don't do this.
You're right. I won't gain anything from this. So what now? You are stronger than I could have anticipated. As your creator, I should be proud to be defeated by the one I have imbued with power. Is there any higher praise? But I'm tired. You won't hear me pleading. Let us finish this experiment here and now.
Is this dragon ending? I'm walking away. Hey, I'm walking here. No idea. Need to press 3 a couple of steps back? Oh, really? Wait, so I already messed it up? Oh. This is the default ending. Need to press 3? Oh, I have to do the battle again. Oh god. Why couldn't autos? Oh, Alcat, please. What was option 3? What did I not pick? Oh, okay. I thought about picking that, I just didn't know if it was relevant or not.
This is where a researcher must be put. You're so adept. Yes, you have seen how strange. When I watched. If a hypothesis, it will kill me eventually. But the terror, and it's finally time to end all this. What our death is not the end. I've spent 100 years trying to prove it. I promise.
Arella, what if you have a big booty? She does. Wah 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 wah. Very nice. Hey, Arella. How nice of you to visit us. This takes me a lot of time. I love when shit just doesn't work. Quick and oh, just perma-evaded it.
I will resist. Ouch!
Okay, dismount. Is it gonna be one of those cases where like
Retreat is not an
where
option.
where the first time around this fight was so easy, the second time is gonna be impossible? Is that what we're dealing with right now? That's what it's feeling like. Why does she have Scorching Bridge? She didn't fail the save. She did with the next one, yep. I'm a Rexicon Weeder, as they call me. Let's do... I can't do that this turn, right? I can do. Okay, let's do Big Funny. Let's try to wear her again. Run away, Bismuth.
I can push through this.
before me.
And it's really just me carrying this entire fight, huh? I think she's confused. Oh, it sucks to suck out, really. I'm not sure why I get to cast this multiple times, but I'm sure it makes sense to someone out there. Dragon Comfy Monk slapping, yeah. Actually good build.
This one's mine.
Probably not the best build anyone's ever seen, but actually pretty decent. Oh, nice.
I never thought that I would be responsible for the creation of my most...
I've been waiting for you to get distracted.
Stop listening to me, you call me a failed experiment, but what if you're wrong?
I would be overjoyed to discover that I am wrong. I tried to hope, even though there was no hope left. But wait, why do you care? Why are you trying to change my mind?
I've never heard you describe from my uncle because it gets level. How that shapeshifter also does. That makes sense. I want to know how to follow the truth no matter where it leads. I don't care. Psych! I want to know how to follow the truth no matter where it leads.
That thirst for truth and knowledge, that is so familiar. But what makes you think I will listen to your arguments? I have gone too far to turn back. I must walk the path I have chosen.
I know you're not as mad or as fixated on your goal as you'd like others to believe, or for that matter, as you'd like to believe. I know that you care for the suture. Your ridiculous minion means something to you. You were concerned about him.
Says you.
You think I'm wrong about you? Why? We are not talking about numbers, equations, and magical reactions. This is about the soul. About whether or not you have what I lost.
Not practicing a monologue for 10 minutes. Awesome. I love monologuing. Remember when you sent the suture to give me the crossbow loaded with Midnight Bolt and Canabras? I knew nothing of your plans, yet I already felt instinctively that the weapon was meant to be mine. I assume I can go through all of these, probably, right?
Yes, I remember. I wanted to check, to see for certain if it would awaken your instincts. I was so full of hope that day.
In Tikla's palace, you offered me power, but I was more interested in discovering the truth.
You hungered for knowledge. You desired the truth more than anything else.
You would have told him? Oh, what if I click this then? Huh? We spoke together in the secret part of the laboratory. You asked me quite a few questions. It was like you were testing me. So did I pass?
Yes. I wanted to see if something would stir within you when you met my son's murderer. And when you encountered the one who betrayed me. But it doesn't matter. I asked questions, you answered them. And I thought I could hear the echoes of the past in your voice.
As you're talking, something changed somewhat imperceptibly in Aurelu's gaze and posture. Listen to you more attentively, sometimes with a slight frown. At other times with an expression that could almost be mistaken for curiosity. I used a summoning circle to defeat the monsters in the laboratory. Oh! Oh, I had to do that too?
And the vial of summoning formula. The same formula my son borrowed for his own experiments. He always loved summoning.
Dude, that's so easy to miss.
Always.
I reached the height of my mythic power. I'm the living embodiment of your plans and aspirations.
You did not merely accept the power that was given to you. You mastered it. You passed every trial. I am so proud of you. It's true. That's enough. I can see now. It was naive of me to think I could just revive my son the way he was before his death. But there is so much of him in you. So much of me. I can't think of you as anything but my child.
So much of me. You managed to spark doubt in Arilla's dark heart and made her care for you. 3.6% of players have this.
I have wandered in the dark for so long. But now I finally see clearly. I know how my path must end. The wound still erodes your soul, as it does mine. Let me put an end to my creation. Let me step into the flames and perish, so that I can heal you.
I'm sure it's another answer. Just hear me out. If we work together, we might be able to find another way to close the wound.
All these years, I've been playing a game with mortals and forces beyond mortal comprehension. But now I am a pawn in your game. I do not know your
Mommy
next
and her
move.
dragon boy.
I can't even imagine what plan you have in mind. So explain it to me. One step at a time.
Okay. I've deciphered your notes in the lexicon paradox. I know that this mythic power is supposed to protect both of us from death, but the power has its limits. Do you think we've already reached them?
I see I was right to leave the lexicon in a place where you could find it.
Yeah.
Yes, that
I
is
found
correct.
that, no problem.
We've reached the limits of our power. I did so long ago, and you've realized your full potential only recently. Mythic power cannot be made any stronger. At least, I have not been able to do so successfully. That means we are now living on borrowed time, counting down the days until we die from the wound's influence.
And the next 6 things? Yeah, I planned it. We received our mythic powers from the hindering crystals, but the crystal mined in the depths of the Midnight Isles are not the only ones that exist. The fresh red blood of a demon lord wounded by a midnight bolt will also form into a crystal. Have you tried extracting mythic power from the crystal created in this way?
No, I have not. I haven't had the chance. It was in Canobris that I had my first chance to test the improved version of the Midnight Bolts against the demon lord Discari. The crystal dagger you found in Canobris was the first Nahindrian crystal that was procured in such a fashion. I gather that you know more about them than I do.
I've studied the notes and papers that I found hidden in a secret part of your laboratory. You believe that the whirlwind works both ways. It has the same impact on the adjacent areas of the abyss that it does on the lands of Galarian.
Yes, I am sure that is the case. I have evidence from my experiments. The wound affects the material plane, poisoning it with the corruption of the abyss. But it also affects the abyss, bringing in a small amount of order and harmony from the material plane. The only reason it is not as apparent in the abyss is the presence of the demon lords. They hold near infinite power over their realms, and their existence staves off the wound's influence.
The Sword of Valor changed when it came into contact with me, and I believe that's a sign. The same relic changed under Iomeda's influence when she was on the path to godhood, as if the sword could foresee her ascension.
Yes, indeed. The Sword of Valor was Iomeda's banner before she passed the test of the Starstone and ascended to heaven. I've never studied the Sword of Valor. Perhaps I should have. It is a truly fascinating artifact, and the way it interacts with you is incredible. Could it have picked up the early signs of your nascent divinity?
Rathma would be in
I do
shambles.
not know.
Now let's put it all together. It's fair to assume that mythic power has a limit, but there's always a way to push the boundaries of what's possible, and we have a way to do that through the power of the Hindering Crystal. But it can't just be any Hindering Crystal. It must be a crystal created from the blood of our recently slain demon lord, that Demon Lord's realm needs to be in contact with the World Wound. But where are we supposed to get one of those from? We would need one of the head priestesses of a Demon Lord to be able to summon that Demon Lord here to us right now. But where are we gonna find the head priest of a Demon Lord cult? Oh.
It's unpredictable and dangerous, but all bold plans carry risk. What you propose might work. Whoever absorbs the power of a newly killed Demon Lord will inherit their realm in the Abyss. If we throw in a connection to the wound, we will end up with something unique. You will have the power of a demigod and an abyssal realm that changes at your whim.
Oh, but how are we supposed to kill a Demon Lord? Ugh.
Yes, your plan might work. I see no reason we shouldn't at least try. But how? There are only 3 Demon Lords whose realms are tied to the wound. Baphomet, Discari, and Nocticula. I doubt we'd be able to carry out a cunning murder of the Lady of Cunning and Murder. As for Baphomet and Discari, after the lessons you've taught them, they will never risk another engagement. They'll engage in clever maneuvers. They'll hide, but they won't face you in battle.
Can you imagine if after all this I just decided to I just go 180 blue ball, you guys just hit 2? I run out of arguments, fuck it. I learned a secret from Esmira. The archpriest of a Demon Lord can summon their master in a moment of danger, and they're bound to appear. We could lure out Baphomet and Descari.
They are bound to appear? I didn't know that. No wonder Demon Lords are so careful about choosing archpriests.
Think of Descari is dead. You were once second to him within the hierarchy. That means you are now the archpriest of Descari.
Correct. And the Locust Lord still hasn't deprived me of his favor. He should have done that a long, long time ago.
You were second to Esmira, but she's dead. That makes you the new archpriest of Baphomet.
Yes, it is true. Baphomet outsmarted himself when he granted me power and patronage behind Descari's back.
Both Baphomet and Descari were killed recently. They returned to life, but now they are in their mortal forms. If you can fight them and kill them again, they'll also no longer be under their power and influence.
And I could summon them. No, it's still too much of a risk.
We fight
The
them with
world
Aurelia.
wound is more than a rift. It has a life of its own. To accomplish the plan you have conceived, we would need to channel an immense current of power through it, all the way to the realms of the Demon Lords. It would be 100 times more difficult than simply closing
Wait.
the wound.
Is it possible to get to this part and then get this Polura thing and be like, and then that's how you learn you need to be here on a specific day in a future playthrough? Also, the record is kept by the Stargates of Polura, and I know that there are certain days when the influence of the wound is destroying. Oh, okay. That's a... So most of these you can kind of like... So for the secret ending, a lot of this you can deduce with multiple playthroughs. Then you get here, and then you're like... Yeah, okay, you learn, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I like that. Okay, that's not too bad then. I mean, this secret ending seems fine for multiple playthroughs so far. I think if I wasn't so close at the end there, I would have been fine not getting to it. But the fact that we were missing like one thing, you know, that... But this is pretty okay for secret ending so far. I mean, in Kingmaker you can just stumble into it like I did, right? This one I don't, like, I almost stumbled into this one. I think if I got the lexicon, I could have maybe stumbled into it, but even then some of the dialogue options I've been choosing... Like the necessary backseating so far was Lexicon Part 2, and it's been a couple of dialogue options, right? And the right day was just pure luck. Like I would have gone on the right day, but that's just like, like that's not something I did right. That's just like I just would have gotten insanely lucky, right? Like I should have gambled the lottery lucky on that one. I don't know how you're supposed to know what dialogue options to choose though. That feels a bit difficult. I saw the records kept by. Oh,
It's
right.
remarkable that the worshippers of Pelura were able to discern this. Yes, you are correct. Such days do exist, but they occur very rarely. Only once or twice a century at most.
Today's one such day. I made sure to arrive at threshold at precisely the right time.
I can't run the full calculations right now, but I think you're right. This is the day when the wound is most malleable. We could shape it as easily as a master potter molds soft clay.
Checking out mine from the beginning. Is there any record of someone doing it blind? I feel like it's very possible. It just the only thing that would make it the thing that makes it hard to do naturally is probably the fact that you have to do, like, you would probably have to do 3, 4, 5 playthroughs for it, right? Unless you're really perceptive, you'd have to like do a bunch of playthroughs. That's the only reason I would say it's probably unlikely. But I mean, if you look at some of the puzzles I've solved, some of the people that make guides for puzzles don't even know how to solve them. They're just like, yeah, just put this thing here, that thing there. It's like clearly they just brute forced it. What are we waiting for? Summon Baphomet and Nescari. The time has come for mortals to challenge the Lords of the Abyss and to surpass them in every way.
I have one final question for you. Do you have a new Nahindrian crystal in your possession? Without one, this whole plan is doomed. Unless, of course, you happen to have a midnight bolt. If so, we can procure a crystal right now.
Remind me, what's so special about the Midnight Bolts?
They are Nocticula's weapon of choice. She infused the bolts with a small amount of her power, making them deadly to the Abyssal Lords. I've changed their properties so that if a demon lord is hit with a bolt, their blood and life force will form a new Nahindrian crystal. Prior to my alterations, the crystals would only form inside the bodies of the demon lords that were slain in the Abyss. A process that took centuries.
Wait, so you don't even need to have an inner crystal when you get here then, right? I mean, I have like 6 of them or whatever. I have an inner crystal that was created recently.
Then let us begin. I do love interesting challenges.
Can we get rid of your midnight polar area, maybe? You need, actually? Oh, okay.
Discari, Lord of the Locust Host, Aurilu Borlesh calls to you, as I once called before from within these very walls. I am the first of your servants,
gotcha.
and I summon you. Come. Baphomet, Lord
There's a
of
grease
beasts
of
and
success,
labyrinths, heed the voice of Aurilu the Witch. You accepted me into the ranks of your servants, and I summon you now as the first among them. Come!
Come?
Come. Come. Come!
And her call does not go unanswered.
How curious. The gnats have decided to set a trap for me. You have spun out your betrayal like an intricate web, but it will take more than that to bring down the hunger of the Abyss.
Okay, Descari, let's be real. I defeated you in 1 round before. I mean, at least Baphomet was fighting me.
First, my daughter failed me. And now my chosen mortal favorite does the same. Aurilu, do you not see that this alliance with your mortal creation will give you nothing?
Nothing?
You could have served the greatest of masters, yet you chose to be the puppet of your own creation.
Enough, Baphomet! You are wasting your time on words when the time for words has long passed. We shall fight those who have challenged us and obliterate them. Nascari has spoken.
Both of you pose a threat to Galarian, and therefore you must die.
You are correct. I am a threat. And once I'm finished with you, my scythe will sweep across your world, starting with the allies you've brought here.
You believe yourselves to be our masters. You think you will be our doom. But you've never been anything more than a source of power. We will drain this source to the last drop.
Drop. Okay, I feel like I've been in better positions. I feel like my characters have been slightly more healed than they currently are. Don't know if I need to shoot these guys with midnight bolts, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Make your peace.
Ember should probably delay. I don't know. Like, if she gets one shot, she gets one shot. I don't know what to do about that. Dude, if this works, that would be so funny. But I haven't shot anything at Baphomet yet, so I shouldn't do anything that might kill him. We're gonna do a... Oops. Ice. Prison mass.
Nice try. Didn't work though.
Oh. We can throw a web out too, I guess. Actually, I can scintillating pattern them. Oh, I can't anymore. Alright, do I stop my companions from dying, or do I just go on the offensive? I think I stop my companions from dying, probably, yeah. Just a casual, you know, probably close to 1,000 healing, just real quick. Oh, Suture's helping. Suture, buddy, please, don't do anything. Listen, Suture. Little guy, please, Suture, don't engage in this fight, okay? You just stay safe, buddy. Okay, Midnight Bolt. Shooting one at Baphomet.
I will resist.
Have an inner crystal there, and I don't know what happened to the Baphomet one. Oh, there it is, I think. Oh no, Aurelio is still affected by my breath. No! That's so funny. Permanent, yeah, she's just permanently burning forever. No take back seats, unfortunately. No, Suture! Wait, no, wait, who was that? Oh, that was Ritual. Oh, never mind, we don't care about that. Okay, go bring Ritual back. remember. What do I have, like, resurrect or something? Breath of life? Race. Resurrection. There we go. Just trying to make sure no one's like perma-dead when I win the game. Now, I could hit them, or I could just go for another breath attack, which is gonna do a lot of damage to them. Suture shell, buddy. Don't do anything stupid, Suture.
Prepare yourself.
Ah, of course it's immune. Good job.
This condition is irrational.
Oh my god. Ah, discard it. Oh, GG. I mean, that wasn't even close. That wasn't even remotely close. Kiryu could have soloed them easily. Like, they couldn't even do anything to Kiryu. Kiryu has like 800 AC, like a 16 each save, immune to basically everything. The temporary deaths of the Abyssal Lords were nothing compared to this final defeat. The last moment of the Scarred Baphomet seemed to shake the world around you. A surge of power caused the ground to quake, and the chasm leading to the Abyssal Realms creak and groan.
It is done. The
That's
road
strong,
to
yeah.
greatness lies ahead. All that remains is for you to use a crystal.
Okay, but how are we gonna deal with the fact that Arelu is permanently dying from taking 200 damage every turn? The spell erupts on Arelu's fingers, rushing to a drop of Demon Lord spilled blood. The frozen crystal teleports into your hands. I authorize some studies to be conducted on the hindering crystals. The research show that newly created hindering crystals can interact with one another. If you have 5 of them, you can merge them together into one immensely powerful crystal. What do you think would happen if I used a crystal like that?
I can only guess. The regular crystals allowed you to impart some of your power to your followers, those whose souls were closely tied to yours. It is likely that an improved crystal would let you endow your companions with a small amount of the demigod-like power you are about to receive.
Quick question, if I'd looted any of the crystals from Baphomet and the Scar, would that have changed anything? Or do they count? I managed to acquire 6 crystals. I would share them with my companions and give the last one to you, Arelu. All of us eventually into eternity together. Okay, what crystals required? Oh, nice.
Ascend together? And live without fear of gods or demons, exploring the infinite world. You truly want this. I can't believe it. But I will grant you your wish.
To her hand, Arelu makes a string of the hindering crystals levitate before her. Another gesture and several of them burst into a swirling whirlwind of pure power. The essence merge into a single vortex that flows towards you, into you, infusing you with power. For just a moment, you feel as though you are something more than what you are. You are no longer a single person. You are the rift between the worlds. You are the order of the material plane, and the chaos of the abyss. You are the beginning and the end of a century-long tangle of destinies and great deeds. You are power, but you are more than just power. Against all odds, through trials unthinkable, you ascended as a true demigod. 3% of players have this achievement. It's crazy that more people have this achievement than some of the DLC achievements. Only 0.5% of people have defeated Sithud, for the record. Life and death, destiny and great deeds answer to your mysteries and search for one's true path. The mind can comprehend all of these, and then such content can be written down. As a sequence of formulas, a series of lines, a chain of thought, still a moment always comes when it is time to wrap up, to reach a conclusion, to put a period at the end of the last sentence. On the day of the great battle at the Threshold Fortress, a new name joined the divine pantheon of Galarian. Contrary to the laws of creation and limitations imposed upon mortal kind, the individual once known as the commander of the Fifth Crusade attained greatness, power, and immortality. This new power was likewise assumed by both the commander's loyal companions and the writer of these words. Writer of these words? We all received might compared to that of the heralds of demigods. Like a beacon in the rolling sea, the darkness of the abyss was dispersed by the light of the bulwark of God, as the former realms of Baphomet and the Scar became the commander's realm. The commander's story became legend, one that was spread far and wide in the songs of bards. The tale fell upon the ears of many, those eager to convert to the new faith and those who nursed ambition of replicating the commander's achievements. It is no exaggeration then to declare that the commander's ascension on the day changed the world forevermore. The land of former Sarkoris became a place of refuge for many dragons. They settled in its mountains, ruined bastions, and numerous gorges. Pilgrims would come from all over to seek their wisdom. The dragon Hal Celiax grew estranged from the affairs of simple mortals. He flew to an unapproachable mountaintop not far from Dresden, so as not to be bothered with trivial matters while still being able to observe from a distance and, if need be, come to the mortal's aid once again. Even death could not stop Trendle from being a protector of mortal kind, and even though she could not go to Canabres, she would often circle over the city and its environs, keeping travelers safe from any harm. No one knew for certain where the dragon Savaros disappeared to, but there were rumors that he had been spotted flying west towards Eurasia and beyond, across the ocean. Perhaps he is somewhere in Arcadia or in Tianxia now, living a new life under a new name. As the leader of the Crusaders, the commander won their loyalty and obedience. Even in the Crusaders' darkest hours, the commander found ways to restore the army's supply lines. His military acumen was beyond question under his leadership. The divided, poorly trained Crusaders' forces were reforged into an invincible army. Due to the success of the commander's diplomatic strategy, by the end of the war, Mendev's true political center was Dresden, not Nerosian. After gaining the support of foreign rulers and finding allies in the capital, Dresden became the shining example of the new Mendev, one that was nurtured by the commander's ideas. The significance and accomplishments of the Crusaders were so great that even a century after the end of the war, Dresden retained its prominence on the map of Aveston. The commander's diplomatic, military, and administrative talent turned the fortress into a key political player. Queen Galfrey turned to Rulshin with the intent to rule Mendev as before, but as it turned out, Mendevian society was hungry for change. The war-ravaged nation desired new leadership, but the queen would not countenance yielding her authority to anyone else. She believed her duty to her homeland had not yet been fulfilled. Okay, is there... Just quick... I thought I read a giant spoiler for this game. Because I was doing some Pathfinder... I was doing some Pathfinder research, right? I'm on the Pathfinder wiki, and I'm doing some Pathfinder research, right? And I'm reading through the known divine heralds, right? I'm like, you know, looking through the heralds, like reading about them and stuff like that, and then at some point here, Galfrey, former Crusader, Queen of Mendev. Galfrey was chosen as the Omni's new herald after Anno during the Fifth Crusade. Does this not happen in the game, or is this like an optional thing that can happen? Also, what happened to the Hand of the Inherit? Oh, maybe I'll learn, I guess. I thought maybe an Angel Path. Yeah, so I thought I read a giant spoiler, because I was just reading through this, like, you know, just minding my own business. And I was just like, and so I said Galfrey. That's an Angel Path, I saved it completely. Or not in this game. Yeah, I guess that's what happens in the adventure path, maybe. That's like canonical lore, I guess. But yeah, I thought I read a giant spoiler. I was even hinting towards this multiple times, assuming people would pick up on my hints. I was like, oh wow, Queen Galfrey, right? I wonder what will herald her appearance. It's not canon then, or that part isn't. I don't think most of this is canon to like the Pathfinder world. Back in Albrecht's Holren seemed transformed, his temper softened, he spent days locked in the Temple of Eomede, and when he came out, he was distant and pensive. He soon gathered the whole city for a solemn prayer. Once it over, he resigned from his duties as prelate and ruled the city, asked for forgiveness from the living and the dead, and left for an unknown destination to spend the rest of his life in seclusion. Nice. Nice. The Shadow Wardstones and the angels imprisoned inside them maintained the ritual at the birth of Worldwound. It would be a long time before those warriors of heaven would finally find peace. The lady in shadow found... Why is this so low quality? What the hell? Found a way... It looks like they like stretched the image here instead of like... You know, fitting it or whatever. Found a way to benefit from the situation by magnanimously accepting the warriors from the destroyed armies of Baphomet and the Skari. She significantly bolstered the might of the Midnight Isles. She realized that the commander had effectively foiled Nocticula's plans with his decision to keep the passage between the Abyssal and Galarian open. The Lady in Shadow began preparing her defenses in secret. He knew that sooner or later invaders would appear in the realm, and it mattered not whether they would be demons or mortals. Baphomet was too cunning for his own good and died his final death. Rumors say that upon hearing Baphomet's demise, Asmodeus permitted himself a satisfied chuckle that shook the halls of hell. That's... The Demon Lord Descari died his final death, and his cult perished with him. His followers and demonic minions entered the service of Descari's sire, Pazazu. Whether Pazazu's terrifying rage stemmed from his offspring's demise or from his failure, none can tell. The spirit of the Demon Lord Nahindri remained bound to his black heart. Distant wails can sometimes be heard in the winds that blow over the Midnight Isles, built upon his remains. The demons, however, care little or not at all. The commander's escapades in Alshinra left a lasting impression on its denizens. Under Zack's Lex management, the battle base gradually fell into decline. Audiences had grown bored of ordinary gladiator fights, and the Nahindran League closed due to lack of members. Realizing that his talents as an arena steward would never be appreciated in the Abyss, Zack sold the battle base and used the proceedings to relocate to Hell, where he finally found himself at home. The unrelenting killer and vigilante known as Red Mask continued her purge of Alshinria and assembled a full squad of Asmar's assassins. Demons enjoyed listening to the stories of their bloody exploits, that is, until the assassins came to collect their heads. Gasmira was true to her word. The Wintersun clan left the land of their ancestors. Once they had left the borders of the former Sarkoris, the clan split into several branches. One went to the wildlands of Numeria, others set off for free Veracia. A small group led by Gasmira chose to travel to Andoran, where they were lost among the many refugees fleeing other lands and other wars. The Wintersun clan ceased to be. Ooh, they're together. Wait, is this how are they together in their normal image too? We just can't tell? I don't think so, right? The Cherubates were adamant about retiring from the military service, leaving it all behind and escaping together, but urgent Eagle Watch business forced them to stay for a week, and then for a month, and then for many years. Even as Anivia cursed their lot. However, her eyes would shine with pride, for she was always the first to admit that Irabeth was not the kind of person who could just get up and retire. Nice. The head of the Inheritor, who had gone into voluntary exile, spent much time among mortals trying to gain a better understanding of their fickle nature. Somewhere on the roads of Golarion, the Angel's trail went cold. Rumor has it that he intentionally went into hiding to avoid both old friends and surviving enemies, and that he now lives somewhere in the guise of a callow, mortal youth eager to absorb other people's wisdom. Interesting. The commander's decision to destroy the Numerian device that he had captured in the Blackwater clan encampment had dire consequences. Few of the mechanism that inhabited controlled it, the mysterious core of the device soon awakened and vanished into a flash of magical energy. Within weak Numeria's hunters began to tell tales of strange constructs that they had encountered in the mountains. It was the skeleton of a machine of some sort, alien and incomprehensible, that had been built by the people with hollow eyes. Nura Deninwar vanished for a time, but soon reappeared to present her book, A Traitor's Repentance, to Golarion, wherein she laid bare all the deception she had seen and participated in against both demons and crusaders. The book sent shockwaves through the society. Some felt sorry for the former cultist, while others wanted to see her hang. That is how I could find her. Inheritors work for Asatas now. For many years, Venture... Dude, what is a Slenderman? They did something wrong here. Like, these images aren't that low quality, I don't think. They just, like, stretch them in a weird way. For many years, Venture Captain Healor continued to wander Golarion in a hopeless attempt to hunt down his nemesis, the Spin of Nightmares. His hunt ended up on an old road in the River Kingdoms where Healor saw a group of monsters attacking an innocent family. He managed to save only one of them, a young girl who had been orphaned on the terrible night. Healor took her in and was forced to temporarily halt his search for the spinner. This pause lasted for a month, then a year. Abandoning his hopes of reuniting with Lori, Healor found a new purpose in caring for another person. Over time, he was able to once again find joy and hope in his life. Nice. Having rediscovered his own story, the sorcerer rejected the goddess's proposal. He was celebrated as a great historian and rightfully held the position of Dean of the History faculty at the Arcanamarium, the most renowned academy in Absalom. Another 40 years passed before his age caught up with him, and it was his turn to appear before the Lady of Graves. Ascension enchanted Sila's power, but did not change her character. The irresponsible warrior is frequently seen in the company of good gods, from Caden Callian to Caldera Zuzuristan. Not sure who that is. Rumor has it that Iomade herself often honors her with heart-to-heart conversations and joint training sessions. The goddess enjoys reminiscing about her mortal days. Most importantly, Sila never stops thinking or caring about the common folk in need of help, not for a moment. Lance's ascension left him perplexed. He had intended to die in the war against the demons, but instead he was suddenly granted eternal life, and he had no idea what to do with it. After getting some advice from the commander, he made a to-do list, go on a few sea voyages, learn to read and write well, and of course, defeat a few hundred more demons just for old time's sake. Ascension was a true challenge for Ember. For years she had rebuked the good gods for doing so little to help mortals, but now she finally understood the burden of divinity. Realizing that even her new powers were not enough to save all who suffered, she went to heaven to her grandma, the Imperial Lord Anduleta, and asked to be her apprentice. Anduleta, Pathfinder. Ah! What the hell? Also, Grandmother Crow is one of the most powerful archons known as the Imperial Lord. She treats her flock as an animal of the wood, protecting her innocence from burning wayward. What the hell? I had Andoletta or got in your case. That's interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. I forgot. No, I mean, I remember the crow, but is it mentioned that it's Andoletta at any point? And asked to be her apprentice, but she continued to visit the mortal world to aid the defenseless or to be convinced a villain to change her ways. If you pass a perception check, you're an inkling. That is her. Okay. Ascension opened up a fascinating opportunity for Nenio. Now she could discover if a high priest of Iomade could convert Numerian barbarians if she happened to be teleported into their midst. He couldn't. Discover how many women in Absalom screamed at the sight of a dead mouse on their pillows, approximately 34%, and see what two armies would do if all their weapons disappeared the night before the battle. They would make peace. Nice. Ascendant Nenio is silly. Oh my god, what have I done? What have I unleashed on the world? In his former life, Oldbreak had been both a man and a deity, but Ascension shed a new light on both sides of his nature. He traveled Golarion fighting monsters and protecting the weak. He refused all prayer, saying, "The Olisks worship me, see how it ended for them," but generously bestowed powers and advice upon mortal heroes. Darren Arnday, who had always despised piety in all forms, suddenly became an object of worship himself. Among followers of the rapidly growing Church of the Commander, the Count was one of the most popular associates of the new deity. He was the one most often pictured at the Commander's side in religious paintings and reliefs, possibly because the artist found the handsome Aasimar to be the most appealing subject. As for Darren himself, he solemnly swore never to answer a single prayer, and it seemed he duly kept his promise. Wooljeff Jefto gladly accepted his semi-divine powers since, as he told anyone who would listen, he deserved them. When he had to, he followed the chiefs everywhere, and whenever he had a spare minute, he descended to Glare to steal whatever caught his eye. Free of random thieflings from prison or hide some property in one of his many stashes throughout Galarian. After the Ascension, Sociel went to Nirvana to appear before Shellen in person, but he did not stay long. Just as when he was a mere mortal, the servant of the goddess of beauty could not enjoy the peace of her fragrant gardens when blood was still being spilled elsewhere. The soldier's angel, as was his new moniker, would eagerly answer prayers and appear on the battlefield to heal the wounded or carry them to safety away from the front lines. Many warriors wore medals engraved with his image for good luck. Acquiring incredible power did not change Rachel Derringer in any way. He had already been working to a 500-year plan for the fight against chaos and smoothly switched to developing a plan to definitely solve the problems of the Abyss. Oh, the Abyss is in trouble, huh? That's not good. That you don't want to be on the other side of that. Even devils respected the assiduousness. Rachel in turn found the discipline in the ranks of hell to be somewhat lacking. Okay, this might be the most little Nazi thing police working as demons. I mean, this might be the worst thing this ending has ever unleashed upon the world, right? Oh man, the poor Abyss. Everyone else will give me advice. I mean, this is like, if this was canonical, the Abyss just wouldn't exist anymore, guaranteed. Upon gaining semi-divine powers, Greybor lost interest in this assassin's craft. There were too few opponents worthy of his skill. He became the patron of mortals who respected, honored the law of the streets. The cult known as the Backstreet Wardens formed under his patronage and consisted of thieves, bandits, murderers, and often dregs of society. But they all shared an understanding, a code. On occasion, Greybor himself enjoyed a nighttime stroll through the city in the guise of an ordinary mortal, just to remind the lowlives that reputation carries more weight than coin. For the longest time, the ascended succubus could not bring herself to set foot in Elysium. She felt as though she would defile it with her presence. Arishel mustered the courage to appear before Desna only after the goddess sent her a prophetic dream. No one knows what the former demon discussed with the goddess, but after the meeting, Arishel would often descend to the material plane where, as an unseen angel, she would keep watch over mortals, helping those who had gone astray to find redemption. When the former demon was not busy helping the mortals, she spent time with the commander who often visited her at her house. They had nothing to hide or be ashamed of, and yet in her shyness, Arishel tried to conceal the relationship from prying eyes. "This is our Elysium," she would say. "Yours and mine, and no one needs to know about us." Nice. I think Rachel does not like chaotic stuff. Yeah, he's lawful evil. By the harshest definition of lawful evil. Pharasma.
And what of me, the writer of these words?
Oh.
The half-demon witch known as the architect of the world wound. I gained more than I could have hoped. I achieved my purpose. I vanquished death. Untold might and all eternity lie ahead. How should I spend that eternity? I have not yet decided. But I know, from experience, I know that every moment is priceless if it is spent with the one who matters most to you.
Okay.
I have recounted the story of my life for you, Pharasma, Lady of Graves. Not only of my life, but of the Commander's also. I believe the tale of such an illustrious figure would pique even a goddess's curiosity. I have come here to say that he and I are no longer in your power. This is the last, most significant result of my transformation experiment.
Hey, does Arella realize that if Pharasma wanted to, she could just smite her? I mean...
He is no longer within my power. This is true. Divinity has given him the right to decide his own fate. But you entered my boneyard to bring me these tidings. And it is within my power to unmake you, destroy you, and erase you from the cosmos. I wonder, did he anticipate such an outcome? Did he purposefully choose you to be his emissary?
The entire game was just a recount from Arella, that's why she was narrator. Makes sense. I feel like that's not what the boneyard would look like, but I guess, you know, I guess we have limited budgets. You have no right to decide our fates, Pharasma.
I have relayed my message. Farewell, Lady of Graves. We will not meet again.
Their combined power has grown immensely, enough to almost rival my own.
No.
So be
What?
it.
Absolutely not. No. Alcat, please. No. Absolutely not Alcat. The end. Listen, Alcat, I'm all for the power fantasy, but there's no shot my power has grown to rival Pharasma's. That's literally impossible. Read the lore. Wait, no credits? I'll there. Oh. And I unlock special music and credits. Gold tier. Okay, we're not going through 800 pages of Kickstarter backers. Trust the Cold Walker is dark. Oh, FSA Hilor, Odan. PC portrait, Vilsergarm and Holrun. Oh, okay. Familiar, Yakshigal, Devil Imp, Pipe Fox. Oh, interesting. Go chicken out to the desert thicket. Oh, that's chicken. Okay, Nox. I know I got it in Nox. Same guy. The Dreams. Oh. Oh, then the Book of Dreams has to get made with this guy. Araden's Wrath. Wait, so some of the most powerful items are from backers? Look at the Ancient Herald. Idaret. Search. Oh! Yo! Silver tier! Let's see if I have to serve a tiger drop to the face and she'll truly earn her title when she's buried. I know nothing about Pathfinder. What's up, Sale? This song is kind of good. I kind of like it. Mark Seifter. I feel like they should probably have done traditional credits though. I mean, I honestly think this is a good idea. But I think they probably should have done traditional credits too. There's something about like ending a game and getting like to the credits and like watching them go by that I like. But I mean, this is better because you can actually like look people up, of course. What's this supposed to do? Yeah, this is a good Starfinder. This is a good reward for beating a 300-hour game. How do I go back? Oh. Alright, video gamers, listen up and listen good. Let's look at this real quick, I guess. So what do I do? New game, and then I do inevitable success. Power and defeat the space-time continuum against the imminent collapse. Use your unparalleled mythic powers to battle with truly invincible opponents. Import your character from the main campaign just for a moment. Okay. Don't know what that means, but inevitable aeons. Alright, listen, video gamers. Listen, people of the video gaming world. Here's the deal. We have one DLC left, and I think I want to see what the regular ending looks like too. So I think on Tuesday when we return, I'll do regular ending. That should probably just take what, like 30 minutes or something max, just so I can see what that's all about. And then we'll probably just jump into the DLC. I'm also done with that. 3 endings. Is it kill Aurelu, kill myself? Oh, 2 neutral and mythic path. Okay. Are they all worth looking at though? We can do that if you guys want. I'm up for that. But anyway, we'll look through the endings. We'll look through the endings, then we'll do DLC, and then when we're not DLC, we'll always do our review spiel. But DLC will probably take at least a couple of streams, I assume, right? So if you are excited for some more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, we are currently at 314 hours played. I'll be back with more of that on Tuesday, regular time, 10:00 time, 10 a.m. GMT +1. Get you on there, local time zones, all that good stuff. We'll go through the DLC. We'll look at the endings. We'll go through the DLC, and then we're gonna be done with this game, and we're gonna move on to actually be a variety streamer once again. Oh man, I can't wait to once again be a variety streamer. Secret endings seem pretty cool. I feel like I'm probably better on like a second playthrough maybe, but my favorite Pathfinder streamer. I'm sorry, I got to go back to variety. That's just how it is. I thought the secret ending was pretty cool. The you know, it does what a lot of RPGs have failed to do sometimes. Some RPGs have failed to do, which is like to actually have like a conclusion to a lot of stories that happen in the game, right? Like where it just goes through this, what happened to this character, what's what happened to that character, which is really, really cool. I think one thing with that secret ending that kind of sucks is that like it feels like all your companions just get kind of generic mythic endings instead of getting endings based on choices you did with them. But I'll have to do my dragon playthrough to see like if that's actually the case or not. But you know, that's cool. I feel like Alcat, you know, sometimes they maybe struggle a little bit with the lore, but that's all right. Like, there's no shot your character can rival Pharasma's power. There's just no chance. That's just that sounds absurd. But you know, whatever. That's a different matter, I guess. But I think overall the story in the game is pretty good. I think the one drawback of the game is just that it's 300 hours long. You know, like it's just. And yeah, sure, I get that most people probably don't spend 300 hours, especially if you don't have to read all the dialogue, if you're not spending a lot of time on like various things in the game, if you do less quests, blah 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 blah. There's, you know, the average playtime is probably what, like 150 hours, 200 hours, something like that. If you do like a full playthrough, and I'm sure you can finish the game in like 100 hours or less if you know exactly where to go. I'm sure you can finish the game in significantly less, but I think length is just the biggest problem the game has. Honestly, it's just a It's just a super, 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 super long game, and you know, arguably they could have shortened the game and just had more interesting encounters. But you know, that's something we can talk about in depth when we get to our review portion of the stream. Yeah, I think the secret ending was cool. Like, I mean, it's despite the fact that I cheated to get it, and I needed a little bit of help to get there. I think that all the steps there were interesting. I don't know if I'd be able to do that by myself, but all the steps are interesting, and they kind of like logically make sense in the narrative, which is cool. It's cool the setup you need to do for it, right? You need to make sure Baphomet and Descari both have died. You gotta have a bunch of the Hindering Crystals. You gotta have read the Lexicon, but you know, there's just like a lot of stuff you have to do to get it to happen. arrived there at the right time, which I would have done accidentally, which is actually really, really funny. Like, I can't get over the fact that I would have just lucked into arriving at the place on time, even if I hadn't been told about it. So that's funny. But yeah, you know, it's a cool ending to a game. If you pretend that it's a standalone from Pathfinder universe, right? Like, obviously, not canon, but still pretty cool and very inspiring for telling you know, for tabletop stories. So I love this. We're not completely done yet, of course, but we will be done at some point. And I guess next up would be Rogue Trader from Alcat. I don't know how long that game is, but let me guess, it's also 300 hours long. Yeah, that's it for me today. Let's go on a little bit of a raid. Also, really, like, we'll talk, like, once again, talk about this more, but really happy that my character build ended up being so powerful. You know, I feel like in a lot of these games, it ends up being like other characters are more powerful than your character. Especially my spellcaster, like Ember was just MVP the entire game. The fact that my characters became a literal deity at the end there, it was just unkillable with all of these awesome powers, that was cool. I really like that, so that was a fun time. We're gonna have our friend Motus. Boop, boop. If you are new here, feel free to follow the stream, join the Discord, all that good stuff. I guess I'll read the spoiler channel too. That's probably safe now, right? Maybe I can, or should I? Maybe I'll read it on stream. Maybe I'll go through it on stream, just skim through it to see if you guys are yelling at me. But yeah, that should be it for me today, at least. GG, good ending to the game. There's not much there, yeah, that's understandable. 300-hour game. Was it worth the channel, though? Or was it a completely wasted... That's my Aurelia Warlish experiment. Was my Aurelia Warlish experiment a dud, and I should just nuke it from orbit and start over again? I'll look at it and review it when I'm completely done with the game, I guess. We have one DLC left, so we'll jump into that and see what fun times await us. But yeah, that's it for me. Like I said, love you all, appreciate you all. Hope you all have a great Sunday. Have a great rest of your Sunday. See you in a couple days on Tuesday. Pathfinder After Righteous ending coming to you soon. Keep farting fouls. Bye-bye. Madame, macabre, hammer,